I was wondering about it, and I said that'd be something cool to talk about. So my mother called and asked me, who do I think Jesus probably resembled, right? So I was like, that's a good question, because for one, is it possible that Jesus looked like Adam? Because the Bible called him the second Adam. And then did he probably, maybe, look like King David because he came through the lineage of David? My mother asked, maybe, what if he looked more like Mary? Because physically, he was born from the Spirit, and the Spirit overshadowed her, and she got impregnated. So is it possible that he really resembled Mary? That's possible. And then another question would be, did he look like he did before he came here to earth? That's another question. It's like, that is pretty cool. I mean, I know, a lot of people are battling right now. I think, and I'm more on the line of thinking that he looked more Middle Eastern. I don't think he had white pale skin or anything like that. I think that he had like a tan, maybe a little lighter than me, maybe about my complexion, maybe a little darker, but he had that Middle Eastern look. And so I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking more his features of his face. So, we're not supposed to necessarily try to guess at what he looked like and then you build an idol to worship or anything like that. But it is a wonder to think of him and you pray to him and you try to get a guess of what probably he looked like. But if anything, you just focus on while you're praying, you pray and you're thanking him for the things that he has done in your life. But it is a cool thing to think about when you're trying to guess probably, maybe, what he probably looked like. Now, I'm not going to go off of what, I see people put stuff online and you got kids or something, they say they seen Jesus and they drew a picture. Some people said that some of the pictures that some of these kids drew, it kind of resembled other people that may have had an experience of seeing Jesus and he looked like those pictures. It's possible. I mean, I'm not gonna say 100% that I disagree, but I also, in a way, don't want to focus on what other people may bring up and say when it's not in the scriptures. The Bible doesn't necessarily give a clear description other than certain things that they talked about in the Old Testament when he had a beard, because the Bible says that in the Old Testament, unfortunately, while he was being bruised, they ripped the hair from his face or his beard. So that's a description that he had a beard, at least. But everything else, they don't talk about his hair, how long his hair, did it come to his shoulders, did it go past his shoulders? It didn't really give a brief or a specific description of him other than the fact that he has a beard. So other than that, you just kind of, you're just really guessing. And everybody else that may have had their experience, that's their experience. I'm not going to take it for word like it's the Bible and say, oh yeah, that's exactly what he looked like. But this is a thought. I was just thinking about that.